All right. Hopefully you guys are here. You can hear me. I'm live. Ooh, I'm so in the mic. Holy shit. Okay, back that up. Okay. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Carlito Santiago, and Lewis was supposed to join us. But unfortunately, he's taking forever. Like so. So, I figured I'd do this alone. Again. And we talk about what happened. The first thing I kind of want to, what happened, is I want to talk about what went down a few days ago. Or, well, actually, I think yesterday the news broke. So, R-Truth and Carlito are no longer with us in the WWE. They both were let go by Triple H. Now, Carlito I can understand. He mainly did background shit for the Judgment Day. He wasn't really used, and especially after the fucking theme song change and, you know, the whole LWO breakup shit, like, Carlito hasn't fucking done much. And I know I'm Carlito, but it's okay. Carlito, me, is still here doing this shit and not going anywhere for quite a while. Now, Carlito has become a champion in Puerto Rico, so I hope that he goes on his journeys there. Carlito could sign a Legends deal with the WWE if he so chooses to. That is really up to him to do. As for R-Truth, I think there was no fucking reason whatsoever to let go of R-Truth. And this is why you've had Vince kind of hold on to Truth for quite a while. He's funny. He was hilarious. And he's gone. And a lot of people found there to be no reason for it. There was no reason to get rid of R-Truth. And then they also got rid of Valhalla, which again, another one that really, you know, she wasn't with the War Raiders as much, so, but her gimmick lasted for well what it was worth. Triple H getting rid of R-Truth was not a good decision. And I hope R-Truth either goes to TNA or does his own shit, which is like rap, hip-hop, stand-up comedy would be nice. Go back to that. His stand-up comedy is so fucking hilarious. And he's been in the WWE for so long, he's got years of stories to tell. I guarantee it. So I hope that they use that. But R-Truth, there's no reason for that. There's no reason to get rid of him. There's no reason whatsoever to get rid of one of the greatest. There was just no reason for it, Triple H, and you might have to explain yourself. Really, explain why you got rid of, and this is not good. This is not a good look right now. But since we're here, of course, 5 days before Money in the Bank, WWE rolled into the Bulk Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma for Raw on Netflix. Headlined by, of course, the final two qualifying matches for the Premium Live event, Namesake. Who were the final two superstars that punched their ticket to go to Money in the Bank? We'll find out right now. But first, I want to kick off with something that we had to get to. That was a recap of last week's show, previously on Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins and his whole little goons fucking, you know, attacking Sammy and Punk and whatnot. Or actually the qualifying matches to say. And Punk getting the last bit of, you know, get a little bit of pound of flesh, I should say. But here, we're going to get a Punk promo. But before that, Michael Cole lost a bet. He has to wear a fucking tank top. Well, he wore a tank top, all right. He wore a fucking Indiana Pacers tank top. Michael Cole, you fucking rock, because that's who I'm going for the NBA Finals. I think the Indiana Pacers are going to beat the Oklahoma City Thunders. Oh, and Lewis might be pissed at me for making that prediction. I think he likes OKC. But me, I'm an Indiana. Again, I'm a Boston Celtics guy. I'm not really an Indiana Pacers or a fucking Knicks. Like, fuck the Knicks. Fuck Cole. I'm Pacers, baby, and I think the Pacers are going to beat the Thunders. Formerly known as the Seattle Supersonics. Great. Anyway, moving on. Punk cut a promo. He hit the ring to kick off the show and wasted little time discussing his plans for Money in the Bank, including winning it. You know. And of course, well, he's got to win the qualifier first, but winning it, the briefcase, and then challenging Jey Uso or John Cena. Calling Cena a little bitch on TV, and I saw this promo, and oh my god, it gave me fucking goosebumps. Every Punk promo is delivered well. Sami Zayn interrupted and warned Punk not to worry about Rollins, Breakker, and Bronson Reed, and Paul Heyman. He needs to focus on winning the Money in the Bank, because a victory for the Visionary will be devastating for Raw. The segment ended with Zayn planting the seeds for an eventual showdown between them as champion and challenger, drawing a favorable reaction from the fans in Tulsa. One guy being like, ooh, you could be teasing for it. Honestly, again, Punk and Sami Zayn in a match, hey, never say never, but like, yeah, I think we could get that showdown. That's if Sami Zayn turns heel, which I don't want happening. But it's still fresh in the year, but we do got to remember Royal Rumble. One of my big predictions for next year's Royal Rumble is Sami Zayn wins it. He'd be the big guy to win, or the next guy to win the World Championship. And I hope that happens. I hope it to be. The segment ended with Zayn planting the seeds. Yeah, I already said that. This was a solid promo segment to start the show and potentially hint at what will happen later in the night, with Rollins and Co. almost certainly making their appearance felt in Punk's match. Whether it affects the outcome remains to be seen. He said, it's the summer of Punk. Best in the world, hinting that we could be on the course for another unforgettable run for him. When I win Money in the Bank, I will choose John Cena. I'll always have your number, and I'm going to come and pick the bones. And call him a little bitch. Don't forget, he called him a little bitch. And I love Punk for that. I'm still a Cena guy, but I still love Punk for that shit. We had our women's Money in the Bank qualifier. Let me pull this up a bit, because I've always been lenient to this, and I wanted to make sure that I had it all down. And I have predicted winners for this match. So, yes. Hopefully this isn't blocking the camera. Let me check. It's not. Hopefully I'm not blocked here. I don't think I am. I think this is. We'll put it somewhere else. But, yes, Stephanie Vakir had punched her ticket in for, and I have to edit this too, because apparently they threw us a fucking curveball. For the men's, and I hate that. I hate what they did. Oh, God. So, roll this up. Stephanie Vakir, Ivy Nile, and Liv Morgan. So backstage, Liv Morgan warned Roxanne to stay out of her business Monday night and told the women's champion Io it's only a matter of time before she wins Money in the Bank and takes the women's title back. In the arena, she battled Ivy Nile of American Made and former NXT Women's Champion Stephanie Vakir for the final spot. An action-packed three-way contest saw Nile show out. She instigated 3 women's spots, and Morgan proved resourceful and resilient. It was Vakir, though, who outlasted her opponents. Later, Nile sent Liv Morgan into the steel steps, returned to the ring, and immediately found herself on the receiving end of the SVB, baby. The finish produced the right winner, but also took Morgan out of the equation and ensured the women's tag team championships did not eat a loss in consecutive weeks. But by the way of her win, Vakir almost immediately becomes a favorite to win Saturday's match, but one has to wonder if the creative team is willing to put her over someone like Rhea Ripley or Naomi in what amounts to her second match as an official member of Raw. Graded a B, and I totally agree. Audible We Want Truth chants broke out during the commercial break portion of the show. Even during Punk's fucking match, broke out during the show. And Paul Heyman unsuccessfully attempted to talk AJ out of vying for the Money in the Bank, so that didn't work. Stephanie Fakir is a great talent to the main roster. She brings a lot of energy and passion and fire to it. The women's Money in the Bank briefcase match compared to the men's honestly looks better. That's my opinion. I think the women's looks so much better. With Julia and Stephanie Fakir added, it looks so much better. So, we move on to the War Raiders and the Judgment Day. The battle for contention in the tag teams division wrote its latest chapter Monday when the War Raiders battled Finn Balor and JD McDonough of the Judgment Day. The early involvement of the World Tag Team Champions, the New Day, at ringside with Michael Cole and Pat McAfee on commentary, led their ejection and ensured the match would be fought fairly. Or would it? Because late, Roxanne distracted Ivar, allowing McDonough to hang him up, and Finn Balor to successfully hit him with the coup de grace and earn the much-needed victory. This was about further strengthening Perez's connection with the Judgment Day amid resistance from Morgan and Raquel more than anything. Sure, it highlighted the tag team division, but it is not in any measurable way. Now, speaking of Roxanne, which we'll get to, I think Roxanne's connection with the Judgment Day is very strong. Strengthening, of course, with Finn Balor. Finn Balor likes her. He doesn't like Morgan. He likes it when they help each other out, get each other opportunities. If Morgan did more of that instead of focusing on herself, maybe the Judgment Day would be strong. So Roxanne's more of a helper than anything. And the only helper in the Judgment Day that's really doing anything is in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Surprising, right? There was a pre-taped video featuring words of warning from Becky to Lyra ahead of their match at Money in the Bank. So we're going to get to that. Also, I should mention, nope, I'm already doing it. So moving on. Lyra Valkyria promo. But saw this. Lyra Valkyria called out Becky for an in-ring promo that ended in a pull-apart brawl again. Nothing new was said, and there was no real substance to the segment, other than reminding the fans there is a Women's Intercontinental Championship match at the weekend's pay-per-view. So, nothing that was really, nothing that was new. Nothing new note. Cool. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn took on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso and Sami Zayn sought to earn an advantage in their war. With the top heel faction, of course, on Monday Night Raw, that battled Seth Rollins' monster-sized backup, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. The Brawns! The heels dominated the action until a hot tag from Zayn to Uso sparked a comeback. The action broke down, and all four men found themselves down on the outside of the square circle, allowing Rollins to come from nowhere and deliver a stomp to Uso, which drew a disqualification. Rollins and co threatened a 3-on-2 beatdown until Punk made the save with a steel chair. Rollins was overheard telling Breaker, suggesting the trio will make their presence felt later. We know where he is going to be later tonight. We've got him right where we want him. This was fine, but much like the night's other tag team match offer, this wasn't much of an advantage here. But still a great fun match, so graded a B. The matchup of Breaker and Bronson Reed's theme songs works better than it has any right to. Damn. Liv Morgan also expressed her distrust in Finn Balor, shutting down his plans for Roxanne to accompany Raquel to ringside. So, we got to the next match, which was filler. Kairi Sane and Raquel. And they're giving Zayn a little bit more of something to do. Again, not much. 1 week after scoring what was best described as an upset victory over Liv, we got to battle Raquel. And Raquel, this is a perfect, acceptable David versus Goliath match, which saw Zayn repeatedly corner Raquel's power advantage, leading to Morgan's interference late in the bout. That brought out Io Sky, who fended off Morgan, allowing Zayn to earn another quality victory, this time with an insane elbow. So I'm glad to see that we got that going. The fans bought into Zayn late in the match, proof that she was able to win them over despite a bumpy start full of "We Want Truth" chants. And that's exactly what you're going to get, and that's exactly what they should get. Backstage, though, Gunther wanted to deliver some final words to Uso ahead of their title match. This was a good promo that saved fans from another needless promo segment, so we can get to the main event. Speaking of the main event, though, it's time for the main event, the main course. In the main event, CM Punk, AJ Styles, and El Grande Americano battled in the final men's Money in the Bank qualifier, an action-packed match that was every bit as good as one would expect from a TV main event featuring the talents involved. Its finish muddied with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed's interference, which caused Punk a pinfall on Americano. Uso and Zayn made the save as the action broke down in the ring, including a springboard crossbody from the Phenomenal One to the mass of bodies on the floor. Americano loaded his mask, blasted AJ with a headbutt, and scored the win. After the match, the heels laid out the babyfaces, including multiple tsunamis from Reed to Uso, before standing tall to close out the show. Americano getting a big push is somewhat surprising, but he adds a bit of mystery to the lineup with the men's match, which could see any one of the 6 finalists leave the briefcase. With the briefcase, the finish intensifies with issues with Punk and Rollins and co., while the attack on Uso added more injury to the guy with a loaded dance card over the next week, because he's going to be teaming up. Styles headlined Raw for his 48th birthday. Happy birthday, AJ Styles. Happy birthday. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Americano winning, but this push, I did like what Bleacher Report added, or Eric Beeston, shout out. Said getting a big push is somewhat surprising because he adds a bit of mystery to the lineup of the men's match. So again, that is true. He is the bit mystery. I can tell you what WWE could be setting up for, big man spot in that match, but I will tell you that on Thursday because that's when I do my predictions. 4 matches already got my prediction set, so I think we're good. I think we're all good to go. Punk and Styles had the referee check Americano for metal plates, ensuring the masked heel could not cheat to win. The overall grade, though, the go-home show of Raw saw some repetitive segments that felt too much like others we have witnessed on more than one occasion in recent weeks. But it also featured intriguing storyline developments with the Judgment Day, the arrival of Stephanie Vakir, and ended with a Grande Americano scoring the biggest win of his career. Raw is not firing on all cylinders, and fans are clearly upset about the decision to not renew R-Truth's contract with the WWE, which I'm very pissed off about too. There's no reason for it. There's no reason why you couldn't renew his fucking contract. There was no reason why you didn't. But this was a fine enough show to solidify the hype for Saturday Money in the Bank PLE, and I agree. The Money in the Bank PLE is going to be fantastic with the lineup of matches that we have, and I will bring you to them right now because Money in the Bank is very important. Very important. And we have 4 big, major matches. Should not be on news. Should be on the Wikipedia. We got 4 matches for this. We got the men's Money in the Bank. We got the women's Money in the Bank. We got a tag team match between Cody, Jay, Cena, and Paul, which will main event. It will main event Money in the Bank. So that means that they will probably go with this match. They'll probably get the, I don't know. It's rare to see the men start off the Money in the Bank, right? It's rare to see that happen and then have both women. It's rare to see that happen. But I think if you want to go in the best route, I think the men should go first. The men should go first. Then Becky and Lyra. Then the women's Money in the Bank. And then the tag team match, the final. I think that's the way they should go. They could go women's Money in the Bank first. Lyra and Becky. Then the men's. And then this tag team match. But again, I don't know. I think the better lineup would be the men's, this match, that, the women's Money in the Bank, and then that. But, yeah, I will give you my predictions on Thursday this week. And that was Raw. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I think Raw was a success. Lewis is crazy texting me, and I'll show you where our lineup is now. Men's Money in the Bank. Actually, predicted winners. I want to hide that. The men's Money in the Bank is already filled up with the stars, and I will go over, and I will bring this up during my predictions video so you guys can see. The Wikipedia will also be up. And, of course, we have... You guys can't see it. I think I got rid of it. Thank God. My predicted winners. If you guys saw it, whatever. I don't care. I mean, I'm going to tell you about it anyway. But, yeah, this is the lineup, and this is how they got in. And I will pull this up during the predictions. You'll also get the SmackDown before Money in the Bank on Saturday. You'll get the review of Money in the Bank. And then, of course, I'm going to be setting up right here, right now, the Raw after Money in the Bank, which will be nice because we'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. And it will be Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. So, please, if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a stream. I will see you guys on Thursday and Saturday, and of course Sunday. Peace!